Hey guys, welcome back to the Optimism tutorial. Today we are diving into Superchain. So we'll explore what it is, how it works, and then do a hands-on coding session to get you started. Let's jump right in. As you know, transactions on the blockchain are becoming faster and cheaper. But does it make sense to pay even $1 just to post a message on Facebook, right? Imagine a future where the entire internet runs on the blockchain. Applications like Twitter, Uber, and TikTok using blockchain as their backend. Superchain is working to make this vision a reality. But what exactly is Superchain? Superchain is a network of interconnected layer 2 chains built on the Optimism stack, designed to provide scalability. By running multiple chains in parallel, it can handle a massive amount of transactions. Think of Superchain as a multi-lane highway where each lane represents an individual chain. This setup avoids congestion and ensures fast transactions. Optimistic rollups, the tech behind the Superchain, combines transactions off-chain and submits a single proof of validity to Ethereum. Now let's take a quick look at the Optimism documentation website. So here you can see I'll just click on the developer docs. Here you can find detailed explanation about the Superchain, its architecture, and how to start building on it. So to explore, you can just go to the OP stack section and click on the Superchain explainer. You can see a detailed description of Superchain here. And if you want to start building, so they have two sections. One is app developers and the chain operators. So if you go to the app developer section, you can see a Superchain quick start. Now let's get to some coding. We'll set up a development environment and deploy a smart contract and build a simple D app on Superchain. We'll follow this quick start guide. When you go to the quick start, here you can see that they are asking us to use the scaffold OP. So when I click on this link, I get redirected to a GitHub repo that is scaffold OP and that is forked from scaffold Ethereum 2. So basically it's a open source toolkit for building DApps. So it has all the tech required. You can see here that they have Next.js, Rainbow Kit, Hardhat, WAGMI, VM and TypeScript. So let's get started. Now to get started with scaffold OP, I'll just clone the repository using the first command. I'll just copy this command and in my terminals, I will just run this command. So I have cloned the repo now. Now I'm going to open it in my Visual Studio Code. As you can see that I have opened it in my VS Code now. And now I'm going to install the dependencies. So here you can see the next command is yarn install. So I'll just run this command. I'll copy and I'll just run. So it is going to install all the dependencies for us. As you can see, we do not have a node modules folder, but once this process is complete, you will get a node modules folder like this. While this setup is being done, I'll just show you around the scaffold directory. You can see that we have a packages folder. When I click on the packages folder, I have two folders inside it. One is Hardhat and one is Next.js. So Hardhat has a contracts folder to hold all our contracts. They have given us two example contracts already here. So first one is your contract and second one is buy me a coffee. And when I go to the Next.js folder, I see a Next.js application for interacting with the smart contracts. As you can see that I have got done in the console now, that means my dependencies are installed. Now I'll move on to the next step, that is run a local network in the first terminal. So I'll just copy this command and I'll run it here. So basically what this command does is it is going to create a local chain for us and it gives me 19 accounts, each with a public key and a private key, and each account has 10,000 test Ethereum. Now, on the second terminal, they say to deploy the test contract. So I'll just copy this command and I'll open a new terminal and I'll just paste it here. So what it is going to do is it is going to deploy all our smart contracts. Here you can see that as we had two smart contracts, buy me a coffee and your contract, both of them are now deployed. We have a transaction ID for each of these and a deployed address. So basically what it does is it automatically places the addresses in our Next.js files. Now, next to interact with our smart contracts, I'm going to run this command yarn start. So it is going to start our Next.js application. As you can see that it is running on my local host now. When I click on this link, it opens up the front end in my browser. As you can see that I have the scaffold OP front end running now and they have given us a connected address. Now here you can see that I have 0 Ethereum in my wallet right now. So they have a message saying grab funds from the faucet. So when I click on this local faucet, it says transaction completed successfully. When I click on reload, I get 1 Ethereum here now. Now to test our smart contracts, I'll just click on debug contract. And we have two smart contracts. One is buy me a coffee, the other one is your contract. So let's just go and see what is there in your contract.solve. So here you can see that we have a variable called greeting whose initial value is set to building unstoppable apps, and we have a function set greeting that is used to set the value of the greeting variable. Now here you can see that user greeting counter. So just to try it out, I am going to copy the address, I'm going to place it and click on read. You can see that the result is 0. The initial value of greeting variable is building unstoppable apps, and the total counter is 0 right now. Now if I want to change the greeting, I am going to use the set greeting function. Here I'll write welcome to Optimism, and I'll just write some value here and I click on send. Now it says transaction completed successfully, and our greeting variable is set to welcome to Optimism. And when I click on read, I get the result 1. Now if I want to change the value again, I'll just write tutorial here and I click on send. Now the transaction is completed successfully and the greeting variable is set to welcome to Optimism tutorial. And when I click on the read button again, I get the result 2. Now if you want to deploy this smart contracts, you can follow these steps right here. So you would need to create a .env file, place your private key there, and just run this command that says yarn deploy network options, and then run yarn deploy network and the network name you want to deploy it to. So if you are deploying to OP Sepolia, it's going to be Optimism Sepolia. And there you have it. We have explored the superchain, set up a development environment, deployed the smart contracts, and interacted with a simple DR. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.